In this video, we're going to talk about hijackers. Now, what is a hijacker? How can you spot one? And what can you do to protect yourself? And also, what can you do proactively to protect yourself? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Now, unfortunately, Amazon hijackers are kind of a thing that every private label seller knows that at a time in your career, you're going to deal with them. Now, the more items you get, the more opportunity there will be for Amazon hijackers. Well, how can we spot a hijacker? Well, I just did a recent search here on cutting board, and I'll show you an example. So if we scroll down here, and here we have this bamboo wood cutting board, and you'll notice here it says 2 offers. Typically, if it's a private label item, which this one is, there will only say 1 new offer because you are the only seller. Now, this is the buy box. The buy box is this section right here, and who is in the buy box is shown by who it's sold by. So if we look at this product, we see here the brand on the cutting board says Just 6F, right? And we see the brand company is named Just 6F, and we see sold by Just 6F. So this is obviously their private label product. But if we look here, we see there are 2 sellers. If we click here, we can see here we have Just 6F. Here they are, 6 total reviews, feedback, and then we have this other company or this other seller, Proactive Data Solutions. Now, this is a hijacker. A hijacker is basically somebody who comes onto your listing and sells a counterfeit product. Now, this is different than maybe if we were to go to Amazon and we looked up a name brand product such as the NutriBullet, we would see here, like this NutriBullet sees 6 offers. There's a very high likelihood that a lot of these are people who have bought the NutriBullet maybe at a discount and are reselling it. So it's not a counterfeit product. In fact, it is the actual NutriBullet. But we know that if it's our own branded product like this seller, there's no possible way another seller could be selling it, especially if you're not wholesaling it to other people, because you are the only one with the inventory. What are the detriments to having a hijacker? Well, let's say, for example, you lose the buy box. Right now, this seller is not going to lose the buy box, so they're priced the same, and he's offering Prime, which will always get the buy box over a merchant fulfilled product. But if this seller came in, this hijacker came in at, let's say, $12.35 price, he would get the buy box, and customers would start purchasing from him instead of the actual brand owner or us. When something is a counterfeit product, most likely it is not going to be the same quality and up to standards as our product that we're selling. So what this could lead to are negative reviews, and it could really hurt our listing. Not only that, but a hijacker can stop your sales in its tracks. So when we see someone like this jump on our listing, we want to get them off as soon as possible. Because even though he doesn't have the buy box right now, as we saw, if Just 6F happens to sell out, then his products will start selling no matter what. So what can we do to protect ourselves from hijackers who could potentially ruin our listing and take our sales along with it? Well, the first and foremost way is to get a trademark. Now, we talked a little bit about trademarks in the product research portion of the course. And remember, trademarks take between 8 to 12 months to file. But once you have an active trademark, you qualify for Amazon brand registry. So again, you need to have a registered trademark, filed and registered, which takes 8 to 12 months. And once you have a trademark, you qualify for Amazon brand registry, which puts a tremendous amount of protection on all your products under that brand that you trademarked. So when I sign in, let's say if this was me as the seller and I see this other seller on there who I know is not selling my products, all I have to do since I'm in brand registry is I click here, I sign in, it takes me to this page, and all I have to do is fill out this information and I file a report, and Amazon instantly removes them off my listing. So I recommend if you're starting a brand and once you start to see that this is the direction you want to go and that you're going to continue building this brand, start filing your trademarks so that you can eventually get brand registry and be able to kick people off your listing who you know are hijackers and selling counterfeit products. But now what do we do as a new seller, right? We don't have the opportunity to have this brand registry and just kick people off at will. How can we protect ourselves from hijackers? One thing we can do, and we see this seller has done right here, is make sure to put our brand name on the product itself. Now, this can be a little bit extra. However, it can really save us in the future, because if this seller does not have his brand name here, and this is a easily found product in China, a seller could come on his listing, be selling it, and yes, although the person says, you know what, this person's selling fake products, there's no real way to be able to tell. You have a trademark, yes, you can kick them off, but if you don't, Amazon looks for evidence. They want to know, how are you proving that they're selling counterfeit products? And if you haven't put your brand information on your packaging and on your product itself, there's really no way to show Amazon physical proof that that is not your product, or that they didn't just buy some from you off your website or something and are reselling it. Make sure to put your brand name, your product brand name, on the actual product. Now, how does that help you? Well, when you see a hijacker come on your listing, the process of getting them off your listing is to send them an email or a message through the Amazon platform and ask them to please remove their product off your listing. Now, if they refuse to do that, what you would do is you would go in, find the product, order a product from them, and then once it comes in, you would take pictures of it compared to your product, and then you would submit a violation within Seller Central to Amazon showing that it in fact is a counterfeit product. Now, this can take a little bit of time because obviously you have to order the product, it has to arrive, take pictures, then send it to Amazon, they conduct a case. So we know that that actually works though, because I've done that quite a few times, but there are other tactics that oftentimes work to getting sellers, hijackers off your listing. Now, remember I told you to write a message. So I have a template here that I'd like to show you, which has done wonders for me. Here it is right here. And let me read it to you. It says, "Hi, other seller. I see that you're also selling XYZ product. We have never sold any wholesale items to any other reseller. All of our items have our branded logo clearly stamped in the mold. If you're selling a different brand while posturing as our brand, then you are selling counterfeit products, which is something that Amazon takes very seriously and will shut down your account without warning," which is true. "If you do not remove your item from our product listing, we will place an order for your items to inspect if they have our brand molding and product packaging. We'll report the findings of our investigation directly to our account manager at Amazon. In addition to this, we will have to contact Amazon and issue a formal cease and desist letter. This is obviously not an ideal situation for either of us, so I hope that you take heed to this note and remove your product from our XYZ product listing immediately. Thank you for your prompt attention. Sincerely, Tim Saunders, CEO at XYZ Brand." So I have found this to work great. And sometimes if I'm in a rush, I'll go ahead and put that order in and send it and say, "I've already placed an order for your item." And many times I get a quick apology letter back. They cancel the order. They say, "We have removed off your listing. We are sorry," and we are gone. So that is a quick sum up of what an Amazon hijacker is. They come onto your listing. They're selling counterfeit products. They can hurt your listing by selling their counterfeit products, ultimately getting you negative reviews, stealing your sales, and really killing your listing. In order to really deal with them best, I recommend getting a trademark so eventually you can file for brand registry to kick anybody off your listings. And in the meantime, make sure to get your product with your product brand name on the actual product and on the packaging. And if you still get hijackers because of this, you can send them that quick letter here and order that test sample. And if they don't respond to this, all you have to do is take a picture, send it to Amazon, and eventually they will get off your listing.